With his face fixed like a dead fish, and his eyes hovering all around me like some slimy hand. Ah! Oh, babe! Hey! Smell of ice cream. Right past his face. Blows me sky high, but I'm still standing. It's so hot and sticky. I'm drenched in sweat. But who cares? I'm a big girl now. I feel cool guys just wasting. They look better material than the squad swarming over us here. Older, smoother. Yeah, the real men. That one with skin cut, with eyes meshed by dark glasses, fixes his gaze on me. I can't see his eyes, but I can feel them caress me, picking up my clothes one after the other until I'm naked. Totally, I mean, but I'm loving it. Edna slides beside me. Okay, those men there see me become follow their whole party. What? And that one, with his head like glass, he say he like you. You're not serious. All eyes followed our pageant as we made our way out of the hall. Edna, Nelly and myself, like a pride of expectant peacocks, we are the lead chicks now. It was real chill in the SUV. I sank into the deep padded seat at the back with Edna. The two guys were split between us. Skin cut of course was on my side. Edna was already lighting the candle. She was already grinding on her mount's crotch before we pulled off. Burna Boy was blasting the speakers and there was nothing to be said. The skin cut slips his hand in between my thighs. I look at him and smile nervously. Don't spoil it now, baby. Got to act like you've been down this road before. He opens himself up and I sink into his deep muscular frame. I couldn't tell how far or how long we traveled. It was like floating so effortlessly on the spaceship. Then we pulled up to this towering gate. My God! This house sparkled like a Hollywood set. It was like everywhere had been painted with money. One room rolled into the other until we got to one that had a bar and a door leading out to a pool. Seriously, this was some sweet boy association. Then we got down to some chilling. Low light, low temperature, and slow jams drifting from all corners of the room. Now let me tell you, I might be a bush woman from Boguma. I know you don't know what Mark Patterson. I've never had anything to drink with. Glass. Everything I drank with was either plastic bottle or waterproof. You know what I'm talking about. So when I was given this long glass with champagne inside, I didn't know whether to use my mouth or my nose. In fact, I don't even know how I held it. The thing cracked. But I still held it with style, you know. I cannot come and kill myself. I just relaxed my arm and flipped it under the chair. Now, I wasn't the only one who was feeling inadequate. Edna, on the other hand, who couldn't put two words of English together, was already speaking for them. You know, when I was in Chicago, seriously trouble, because the farthest Edna has traveled is from our village to Calabar. Skin cut pulled me up and held me tight to his chest. The dense smoke in the room must have gotten into my senses. I didn't know if I was upright, sideways, or upside down. Then he kissed me, and I could feel his hot, moist breath on my ear. Would you like me to show you around? I could see red, but my resistance was zero. Then he led me up the stairs. bed, it looked like a bouncy castle. My skin cut wasn't the type for procedures. He hadn't even closed the door when I heard, "Take off your clothes." My hand went to my heart. You have not asked me my name. He looked baffled. And you have not told me yours. He looked angry. Plenty of time for that later. I turned around and began to take off my clothes. And then I folded them. And when I turned, he was already lying down there rubbing his, you know what? But it was no foreplay, no preamble, and all that Cinderella stuff we've come to believe. It was your back on the ground, open your legs wide. Where is the passage? Where is the passage? I felt him fumbling down there, and then becoming increasingly desperate. I tensed and pushed against his forehead. Take it easy now. I've not done this thing before. You know, am I not supposed to be tight down there? I saw his face cloud over. Why? Are you a virgin? My eyes popped. Oh, why not? Is there anything wrong with that? If you want to do, let us do. Joe, I don't have time for this rubbish. He held me tight and then let out a grunt. Open wider. That's the next thing I heard. Every other thing went into a blur. It was like a slow motion movie where I was both the cameraman and the actor. I floated out of my body and watched from above. Meanwhile, Skin Cut was poking and chiseling down there. The next thing, he held me tightly, let out a grunt. Where's the bathroom? All I heard was this deep snort. And then he rolled over. I cleaned myself up and stared at my disabled face in the mirror. Believe me, it wasn't a pretty sight, I can tell you. Tears rolled down my eyes. Strands of hair shot out like electric pole. My makeup was mowed like a dog's dinner. I crept out of the room and down the stairs. But Edna was nowhere to be found. I found Nellie though, seated with her legs dipped in the pool. She looked wild, like she had just wrestled with the devil. Her eyes were red and swollen. And then I noticed her shirt was ripped. Bastard. Edna came out, wearing only this oversized man's shirt, loosely buttoned and hanging over her shoulders. She looked surprised to see Nellie and myself out there. Babes, what's up now? You set us up there. Babes, what are you talking about? What else are we doing out here? You said it was a party. Babes, everything that happened, I got on my feet. Red had descended all over my face. You beat us! You fucking... I grabbed her by her throat and she grabbed me by my hair. We wrestled to the ground. Ha! You used us! You think I'm an ashawo? The next thing I heard a strong arm over my shoulders. Cut it out! Stop fucking around! But my grip was still on Edna's throat. I was taking her so bad. I wanted to bash her head over the pavement by the pool. Then Nellie's voice came piercing through me. Stop him! Stop him! Oh! You go kill him! Stop him! I relaxed my grip, heaved and panted from the sudden outburst of uncontrollable anger. You're sick. You know that, right? Sick. Next time, pick your type. Shall we? What the fuck's wrong with you? Come on, get the fuck out of here! That's the one who had driven the car. He looked more like he was panicking than threatening. I guessed. Hey! His father's house. Come on! You can't come up here messing up like that. Get the fuck out of here! We don't have money. You not come with transport. It was Nelly who was saying. I wanted to say, come, make me go job, but then I realized that I myself do not have any money. Edna sensed my hesitation. See this one. You cannot even afford 200 naira transport. And you're calling someone a shower. I wanted to slap her, but then Nelly held my arm. Come, let me go job. So, your name? Ebika Kedokubo. And your address? 24 Adini Street, Surulere, Lagos. He scribbled on a pad, dropped it, and looked straight at me. I am Detective Superintendent Mike Ajasu. I shivered a bit. Detective? How many of detective you need is where there's a crime? So, case. That's what they call you. Where were you between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. last night? His face was blank. There was nothing given off. He didn't look like he was in a hurry for any response, and he made me uncomfortable. I was with some friends. That's the only thing I could have said. Friends. Where exactly were you with these friends? I was with some friends now. My voice had risen towards the upper scale. I tripped, and my defense mechanism kicked in. Was his next question about the rape? I certainly didn't want to announce it. That was last night. Today, he was gone. Gone, dead, buried! He leaned towards me and his lips twisted into a snarl. Young lady, I will advise you to be straight with me. You are in trouble. As a matter of fact, we are in a very serious situation. Trouble. Trouble! I could hear my mind screaming. What other trouble could be worse than the fact that I was accosted in full view of the entire department and bundled into a police vehicle like a criminal? What trouble again? Don't make it worse for yourself. Just answer the question. We were at a party. I have been asking, where were you? Sir, I don't know. We were at a party. I was backed into a corner. And before I could ask further, sir, I don't know. Some men took us there. It was a house. I don't know. I swear, I just followed. You just followed. How old are you? 18. So, you want me to believe that an 18-year-old girl followed a group of men she's never seen before to somewhere you don't know where? Did he have to rub it in? I felt stupid. I felt ridiculous. Shit! So, tell me, do you do these kind of things all the time? I don't understand, sir. I mean, do you follow men to parties, houses, drinking, taking drugs and all of that? No, sir! Well, you tell me. Because of the look of it, it seems you are very good at it. Sir, it's not me. It was my friend. She said the men were her friends or something like that, but you provided the drugs for the party. And you were high yourself. I jumped to my feet. Me! Sir! God forbid! I've not the first time in my life I ever saw marijuana or anything that they are smoking, sir. It's not me. Ebikake, why don't you sit down and tell me everything? I told him everything. I told him how the men had come to the matric party. And then Edna had organized us to follow them to some party at some cool spot, only for us to get there and realize the men only wanted sex. My mouth went dry. I began to shake like a tuning fork. My jaw moved up and down, but nothing was coming out. Then it all got to me. I broke down and I began to cry. How was I supposed to tell this man, this stranger, that I had been violated, that my body was used and dumped like some soiled tissue in the toilet? I felt used. I felt dirty. I could just see skin cuts grunting as he messed himself all over me. He gave me a stare down. Is that all? Yes, sir. Okay. We are still conducting investigations. And until we are done, you will remain with us in custody. Sir! What did I do? Sergeant! Take this young lady. Lock her up at the back of the cell. Sir, please! Please, sir! I've not done anything. Sir, I don't know what you're talking about. Sir, please! 2 policemen came into the room. One grabbed me by my arm and the other held me at the back of my neck. Move! Sir, please! Please, sir! Please, sir! Move! Sir! Sir, I've not done anything like that. I've never smoked in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. Please, you can't do this to me. Slam! Okay, wait, let me call my mom. Bang! My mom, please! He turns and he's silent. Mommy! Mommy! Oh my God, Mommy! Mom, say something. My mother has been sitting there for the past 5 minutes, staring at me. You know what she said when she came in? I sent you to go to school, and you went around following men. Went around following men. Following men? What a joke! Who follows men? And if I follow men, who did I learn it from? Sick. All my life, ever since, I was thinking you will go to school, finish, and become something. You are so fucking dramatic. You believe anyone, anything except your own daughter. Hello, I'm not even your daughter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Calm down, Casey. If you didn't know after 18 years, you just did. Mom, just get someone who can get me out of here. Are you listening, Mom? How? That's all you have to say. How? Mom, I cannot spend one more night in this stinking place. Look at my body, mosquito. I've not had any reasonable thing to eat in 2 days. Mom, please, get someone who can fight this thing. If that's the only thing you do. I didn't kill anyone. I'm innocent. I don't want to die here. I don't get it. Who's telling all these lies against me? They're lies. Lies! Sex crazy nymphomaniacs seduces men with drugs. Me! Runs girls, murders society boy in sex and drug party. Nobody's thinking about me. I'm the one who was raped. I'm the one who helped get a great girl. It's gonna look like this a while. That was Angela, who had introduced herself as a human rights defender. She had offered to take up my case. If it's any consolation, you've got an army of angry women behind you. Listen, there's a demonstration going on by the gates. Women carrying placards and protesting your innocence. For me, you're damn right. They're really mad. This could have happened to anyone of their own. The police are insisting I'm the one who supplied the drugs for the party. His family, they are loaded with money. They practically run the town. And they want someone, anyone to go down for it. The police are under pressure. And that detective Ajasin, it's more like a lottery just landed on his laps. He looks the type to squeeze out every single last kobo from the family. I'm fucked! What chance do I have against these people? He might as well just come and kill me now. But Angela was not faced. Banish the thought. This is an opportunity to fight for women. It's a chance to stand up for young girls like you who go through this every single day of their lives. Fine girl. See as your yansh tight. And the yansh where they used to take knock all the men with this and this. Go drop your hand down. Drop it down, you mad. See breast now. See standing breast. Now this face they used to take do all this nonsense yanga. Go destroy her for you today. Be like now because we never baptized you first. Special girl. They get special treatment. Mama, they bring you food. You even get special cell where they sleep. Child. Oh yeah. Mommy wants to see you. Move. Please. Please. Oh, I said come. I'll go slap you all. I'll go destroy this face for you. You're mad. Move! I was pushed into the cell. And mommy, I never really saw her. I only heard of her. When I got into the cell, I saw this strange looking figure of a woman stark naked and lying on the bed. Oh yeah, you know, lie down, they open your leg. Please, come. Who be this now? Come. I now design film your face. Woto. I say, lie down there. Please now. Lie down there. I shower. To say that those men now gonna do. Go lie down there. Idiot. What did you come for, Mom? I came to see you. You have seen me. Please go. Please. I am your mother. You have seen me now. Go. Stop it, Casey. Listen to me. I have something to say. You have nothing to say. There's nothing you're going to say that will change anything. Just go. Casey, I don't know how I could have done better. Oh my God, Mom. It was really hard. And I tried my best. Mom! God knows. God knows I gave you the very best that I could. Mom, please! You see, this is the thing. Why are you crying? No, why are you crying now? Between yourself and myself. Who's supposed to be crying here? Casey, I'm sorry. This is what you do that confuses me. This is exactly what you do that confuses me. Who's the mother and who's the child here? Huh? Stop acting like you care. Stop pretending like you care, because I know you don't. You don't care. The only time you care is when you have to pretend to your friends. Or should I say, boast to your friends. When you change to that, I'm so helpless and confused look. With her eyes wide open, she's using throwing people off balance. But if you checked, right there was her attack mode. Casey, you're my child. I carried you in my womb. Blackmail! I didn't want what happened to me to happen to you. You know, there's always a new angle with you. I would have killed myself if, oh Mom, please. Let me guess. You're about to tell me how you picked me from the gutter. God forbid. You are my child. It was something I couldn't say. It happened a long time ago. I must have had too much to drink and I passed out. I don't know if there were 2 or 3 or 4. Wait, Mom. You were raped? No. What are you trying to do to me? I can't deal with this now. I have a case to deal with, Mom. God of mercy and compassion, look with pity upon me. And Abigail, one of the girls who had befriended me, was trying to get me to join the prayer group in the prison. I can't really say I was ever a religious person. I never really went to church, except for Christmas and weddings. Oh yes, weddings. Weddings were a big thing for us. It didn't really matter how or where the invitation came in. We had to step out well decked out. And if my mom and I couldn't find the it dress in any of the boutiques, she had this long pile of fashion magazines which she would dig into and pick out one style that would make us the center of attraction at these gatherings. My grandfather, strong Catholic like this, always said, "Do not abandon God or God will abandon you." I guess God abandoned me. I mean, that's how I ended up in this place. Else, what would I be doing here? Please, please don't kill me. Shut up. Please don't kill me. Shut up. Oh, please now, stupid girl. Shut up. I'm going to design this your fine face for you today. Oh, please now, please. I'm sorry, shut up. Ajebo, you say you better pass everybody for here. Please. Come, any one of you, come, just come and see. Oh yeah, who's next? Come. Big Daddy, who was spraying slaps across my face. You the man! You want kill him? He grabbed me by my neck and threw me down a corridor to a cell that was used for solitary confinement. It was where they kept anyone who gave them a guru. Until your eye clear, the door was open. Get in! He barked. This followed with a shove and a kick that sent me flying through to the back of the cell. Before I could turn around, he had banged the door shut. It wasn't a cell, let me tell you. It was a pigeonhole. I opened my arms, and if I swayed just a little bit, I could touch the walls. Suddenly, I felt pressed. I needed to ease myself. I banged on the door. I want to use the toilet! I kept banging steadily with my voice rising until I was shouting, I want to use the toilet! Big Daddy's gruff voice came back at me. Piss there! I can't! I want to use the toilet! You can piss there! You can even shit there if you like. No one messed with Big Daddy. He was the chief warder. Between him and Mommy, they ruled the prison. He had this wide smile. And anytime he was angry, the smile would spread more across his face. He would flick his fingers. I can make you disappear just like that. And nobody will ask any questions. And true. When I got there, some women had actually disappeared without trace. I held myself until I couldn't anymore. And I went to a corner of the cell and released myself. That was when I caught the stench of the cell. Urine and excreta all rolled into one. I felt sick. I held my nose and clenched my stomach. I began to feel faint, began to sink to the floor. Calm down, Casey. Calm down. They're not going to kill you. You're going to make it out. Calm down. Calm down. The cell was pitch black. I couldn't even see the tip of my fingers. I began to pace the cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 steps length. 1, 2, 3. 3 steps wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 steps length. 1, 2, 3. 3 steps wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 steps length. 1, 2, 3. I must have passed out from exhaustion. I ended up sleeping in a sitting position. Calm down, Casey. Calm down. You're going to make it. Calm down. Night and day were poles apart. I knew it was night because the stench of the cell rose and hung in the air. I knew it was day because the stench rose and hung in the air like a heavy cloud. And night because the floors and the walls became really cold. 5 steps length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 steps wide. 1, 2, 3, 5 steps length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 steps wide. 1, 2, 3. That wasn't very smart of you, you know. You could have gone for GBH. Grievous bodily harm. And even if you got off this case, you would go down for another 7 years. That would just give your prosecution something more to add to your armory. But they attacked me first, and you, my friend, were found with a weapon. You do well to keep your nose clean from henceforth. You seem to have survived solitary well. It's not called a hellhole for nothing. I know, I said. It's going to be either them or me. I fought them. I wasn't going to let them break me. I fought them and I survived. Good! Shows you've got the fight in you for this case. Now, we need to talk. Suddenly she was dead serious. I'd never seen her that way. Every time she came, she was always upbeat and gingering me. Honestly. If not for Angela and her visit, I would have gone crazy, mad in this place. A date has been fixed for your hearing. My head sank. My shoulders sank. It It was like a heavy cloud was above me. And I began to shake. For 6 months I had been praying. I guess no news was good news. Suddenly I was scared. Very scared indeed. The case is hotting up now. Every day I am taken in that hot stinking van to that courthouse, where I have to sit down and watch them paint with black and blue. The worst thing was when that aunt of a lawyer, that woman, she will ask me a question, and before I can answer, she will proceed to answer what she wants the court to hear. Is that not so, Miss Ebikake? And my lawyer would jump. Objection! That's how the whole day dragged with objection. Objection! 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 I'm tired. I don't want to go to court again. Let them just sentence me guilty. Let me say go and rest. Angela is telling me to create a grip. Grip of what? I'm putting you on the court, on the stand tomorrow. Who? Me. I'm not going. Count me out. We have to turn this case into what it really is about. That he raped you. My jaw dropped. How? A leopard doesn't just acquire his sport. He has a long history of raping and abusing women. Skin Cut and his friends were loafers. I didn't know that. A bunch of low-life scrubs with no agenda in life. The only thing they knew how to do was cruise around town, hang out in joints, and flash their parents' money all around. Skin Cut himself was kicked out of the university in the US and then deported from the UK. His parents tried to set him up in one business or the other, but nothing really worked. The only thing he knew how to do was cruise around town and chase women. We found 3 witnesses who are willing to give evidence that he raped them. One has a child for him. This should blow the case right out of the water. You just do exactly how I tell you to do, okay? I didn't see this girl if she was seated or she was outside, but when Angela called her, the court went dead. You could have heard if a pin dropped. She was very young. Her head was bent so low. Angela even had to help her get on the stand. She was probably 15 or 16. Probably not done with secondary school. Her boobs hadn't even matured. She was slight. Her face was like an angel, and her voice was really soft. Angela had to tell her to speak up 3 times when he asked her name. So, tell this honorable court how you got to know the gentleman, Ezekiel. He lives in the other street. He lives near us. In the other streets, Tell this honorable court your encounters with the said gentleman, Ezekiel. He has been raping me. He's been raping me since I was 10 years old. Objection! No further questions, my lord. Angela smiled and went to sit down. The court exploded. The prosecutor, that wicked woman, she looked so alarmed. It was like someone poured her hot water. She was shifting and shifting her papers. The judge was banging his gavel on the desk. Order! 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 When the court finally quieted down, Angela called the next witness. The one she said had a child for him. This one was a badass. She was walking so comfortably and so confidently with her high heel on the floor. Fine, 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 fine. Hey. And her 3-foot braids swinging here and there. You could tell she couldn't get to wait on that stand. She was pumping. Tell this honorable court, don't bother to ask my name. I have been waiting for this day for 3 years now. The bastard raped me. Objection! Tear my vagina. Scatter everything. Objection, my lord. I was in hospital for nearly 1 month. Objection! I have a 3-year-old child. Forget that. Objection! Objection was just flying everywhere like bullets. I looked at Angela and she was smiling. The prosecutor, that woman, she was so angry I could see smoke fuming from her synthetic wig. She ran to the judge, but witness 2 was already shouting, "If you think I am lying, oh, let us go and do DNA." The judge called Angela. They spoke for a few minutes. Then he banged the gavel. "This case is hereby adjourned." I've not been to court since then. I don't know what's going on there. The women have been praying. They pray for me more than they pray for themselves. They've provided a strong bond around me, and I have grown to love and understand them. Although I don't know why they don't want to leave prison, and it bothers me. Every day it's from one fight to another. If there was nothing to fight about, trust them, they would manufacture one from thin air. I guess it kept them alive. Me, I just buried my head in books. I was buried in a book one afternoon. Let me tell you about the book. I always loved reading, and Angela used to bring me books. But there was one book she brought that changed the way I perceived life. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. It was a book that taught me that my life was fake. The hair extensions, nail extensions, beauty creams, latest iPhones, and hanging out with the coolest people in town. Vanity. All vanity. I was buried in a book one day, and then the end of a button appeared in front of me. I looked up, and it was Big Daddy. He had that wide smile like a cat. What is inside that book that is so interesting? A story. Suddenly the smile vanished, and for a second he looked sad. Really, really sad. So, you think because I am locked up here with these mad women that I am an illiterate? Shift! I shifted. Okay, tell me what is in that book. He listened with his ears wide open, with keen interest, and then he sprung to his feet. Okay, when you finish, I have some questions and we can discuss. Discuss, okay? The book almost fell out from my hands. That is how I became a regular visitor to Big Daddy's office. He didn't have to hear the whole story. He would listen, analyzing everything and relating it to real life. Although at first I was scared to go because of what I heard about him, but slowly and gradually, I began to let my guard down and look forward to our discussions. Then one afternoon he sent for me. "I have been thinking. I would like you to read books to the women. Maybe it will help them to stop fighting. And they could learn to read." Unbelievable. Big Daddy was asking me to start a book club in the prison. He said he would provide the materials and asked me to make a list. The first day, there was only one person, Abigail. But as the news of Jaguar and Alaba Cipra and Equency spread, the room became packed. Those women, it was just the type of story that any woman could love and relate to. Those women, people who fight every day in the cell, they didn't just listen, they almost became the author, telling me what should have been there and what should have been out. I haven't seen my mother in months. Then one afternoon, she appeared. Honestly, I was grateful she had decided to stop with her weekly visits. I needed the time to make the best out of it here in prison, and could do without all the mourning and sobbing and wishing for what could have been and what has not been. But she was still my mother, and I really cared about her. But I wasn't ready for what she came with. "I have found the man I think is your father." I stared at her. In fact, I just remained frozen and stared at her. Could she be serious? Could she really be serious about this? "Do Did you hear what I said? I said I found the man who could be your father. At this point, I was floating. Like an albatross. Arms wide, hearing nothing, feeling nothing, and seeing nothing. I found the man I think could be your father. Okay. That's all I could say. And there was nothing more I could say. He looks just like you. He looks exactly like you. No, Mom. I wouldn't want to be looking like a man. That's not what I mean. I mean, if you see him, he has your nose. You just look like him. Seeing she wasn't going to get any more response from me, she pressed on. I went to meet him. I spoke with him. I even showed him your pictures. He said he was willing to do DNA. And if you were his child, he was ready to meet with you. My mouth was dry. I swallowed. And then coldly and deliberately, I asked, why now, Mom? Why after all these years? She told me how she didn't know which member of the gang who raped her had gotten her pregnant. And after school, they had all gone their separate ways. Years after, he started appearing in TV and radio and all of that, and the newspapers. You know, he was some big shot now in the government. Some minister also. They had met in passing. And each time the resemblance began to swirl in her head. It became more and more obvious. But you know, she couldn't walk up to him and say, hey, remember when you raped me? I have a child, and the child is yours. Moreover, he was married now and he had a family. I looked at my mom and felt sorry for her. Pity rose from deep within and consumed me. It must have taken guts, sucked out all her pride for her to do that. And there was only one reason. I put my hand over her shoulders and said, Mom, we don't need him. We don't need anyone to be my father now. You've tried. You've done very well. Tears welled up in her eyes. I just want you to do one thing for me. Stop crying. Stop crying at every little opportunity. We fell into each other's arms and cried. The case is hotting up now. It's my final day in court. One last thing. My last day in court. My heart is pumping, but I am in control. I have decided that if I have to go down, I will go down with my head high. There was nothing to be ashamed of. If that is what it's going to be, then that is how it is. Ever since Mommy was taken out of the prison, things have changed for me. I am now a VIP. Yes, so the book readings have been going so well, with more and more women willing to be a part of it. I've even organized classes for the women to learn how to read and write. Honestly, if no one knew how to read and write in this generation, you might as well just kill yourself. I've seen things I never knew possible. Like this woman who was held for 2 years without charge. She had young children. And I recently heard that her husband was going to take a second wife. She called me and asked me to write a letter pleading for the safety of those children. It broke me, Omo. The women are asking for us to have a proper school where they can get a proper education. And Big Daddy, God bless the man, he has been so good. I asked for my all-in-one skin-tight black dress, the one that would publish my figure, and for my wig to be oiled and combed, you know, so I could step out looking like a bomb. I even drowned myself in perfume for full effect. Yes. van arrived. I stepped out looking like a bomb, with my nose in the air. It was like I was on a red carpet. There were a few photographers there jostling for my photograph. I turned to give them a good angle. You know, something for social media. I wasn't broken at all. I wasn't broken, babes. I waited for an hour and I wasn't called. What's going on? The hotel room was so hot. My face had begun to run. I began to panic. What's going on, Casey? What's going on? It's been 1 year now. I don't know if my heart can take anymore. Just then, Angela came in. I jumped and hugged her. Oh my God, I didn't think you were going to come. Calm down, young lady. Calm down. The case has been adjourned, but it's for a good reason. I stepped back. What again? What has happened, Angela? Sit down. Sit down. Right. The young man who drove the car, the one who took you to the party, he has come to give evidence on our behalf. I jumped out of my skin. I flew off the chair. What does that mean? What does it mean? Hold on, Casey, sit down. Right, yes. He went to the police, but they fucked him off. Still, he was determined to give evidence that you had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with his friend's death. He claims they had been taking those drugs for a while. And take a wild guess who has been supplying them the drugs. Wild guess who? Edna! But why now? Well, apparently, he contracted HIV. From Edna? They've been sleeping with each other for a while. Oh, Angela, this should blow the case right out of the waters.
As well as battle with all the things of completing her final year student. So she was graduating. In fact, she also had to defend her thesis the day before we came from Canada. Incidentally, I'm the writer. So.
Wow.
So I think we have a new start in our hands, and with careful mentoring and guidance and discipline on her part, and the love from you, all of you, I think she will make it. Thank you very much for coming.